Welcome back to the channel, guys. Have another returning customer, Mr. Phillips out of Missouri, with a beautiful ZL1 Camaro. We've built him, I believe, a C7 Z06 in the past with a nice 800 horsepower package. We built this ZL1 over a year ago, I think, with close to like our 850 package. It was like a modified 850 package with flex fuel on it. And he wanted a lot more horsepower. So let me pop the hood and show you exactly what we did to this thing, because we essentially threw everything but the kitchen sink at it.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
All right, guys, this is a 2018 ZL1 with only 7,600 miles on the odometer. This thing is super clean on the outside, so we had to keep it super clean under the hood when we add more performance to it. Like I said, he had our 850 package, but essentially we almost started over again. There's a few components that we reused, like headers, but even like the Roto-Fab Cold Air, it had a smaller one. We had to even upgrade that to the Big Gulp. So starting with the power plant, we went ahead and did a 416 cubic inch engine from LME, cylinder heads completely ported. Even though it looks like a aftermarket supercharger because of the nice billet lid, it's still a 1.7 liter supercharger. We pulled the supercharger off, did a complete export from Kong Performance, larger 103 throttle body, and again, it had a regular Roto-Fab on it. We upgraded to the Big Gulp. The headers are American Racing headers, as always, all the way back to a Corsa exhaust. And again, because this thing is almost like a max effort situation with the 1.7 liter supercharger, for fuel system, we had to go with 2 fuel pumps in the tank. He already previously had a larger mechanical fuel pump and larger DI injectors. We went ahead and kept those on the vehicle, and we also added 8 more port injectors to it, as y'all can see here, and an aftermarket controller to control the port injection. So it has 16 injectors total with a bigger mechanical fuel pump, bigger factory DI injectors, and 2 fuel pumps in the tank. Enough fuel system to support more than this supercharger can make, I'll just say that. But with that being said, this thing is very efficient. Because it is a bigger engine, good cylinder heads, and a big camshaft, this thing made 930 something rear wheel horsepower at only like 14 pounds of boost. If it was a stock cubic inch engine with ported heads or not, this setup we usually push 18 to 20 pounds of boost to get between 850 and over right at 900 to the wheels. So it just shows you how efficient the engine can be from changing out the cylinder heads and more cubic inches. It just eats up that airflow to make it that much more efficient. Now we are spinning the supercharger really hard, so because it is a 1.7, we're spinning it hard. I have an aftermarket heat exchanger on it. We also have an extra, I think it's like 2.5 gallons of coolant that runs through the heat exchanger to keep the IATs as cool as possible. And he does have, he does drag race the car every once in a while. So if he does want to go the drag strip, he can put ice in it to help keep the IATs down for 1/8 mile or 1/4 mile racing. And again, under the hood, we have the nice Billet supercharger lid and also the Billet valve covers. And the reason we do the valve covers is normally on like the other aftermarket superchargers, you have to lower the bracket down for the coil packs. Well, because of the port injection, same thing. Because the fuel rail is here, the coil packs have to go down some. And so we run a nice, beautiful Billet valve cover, which allows us to just mount the coils directly on it. And so it's a fitment issue, as well as it makes it look 10 times better. This car now looks, in my opinion, as good under the hood as it does outside, and as good as it runs. But because we're making 930 or 940 rear wheel horsepower, we obviously have to have some traction issues. So right now we have the weld on it with the Hoosier on the back, And then we also did a full BMR suspension. So full suspension, and then the reason the exhaust is so loud is literally just a little resonator here. It's pretty much a straight pipe, not really a muffler on it. It's what he wants, it's how he likes it. This thing is loud, makes a lot of horsepower, and is fun as hell. I made one little pass on it before we got here in third gear, and it was hazing the shit out of the tires, third and fourth gear. So I will stop my rambling, and I'm gonna take y'all for a ride in this thing so y'all can see how powerful and how fun this thing is to drive. In Mr. Phillips' beautiful 2018 ZL1, making, man, almost 1,100 flywheel horsepower, 930 to the wheels, on pump E85. We got a nice little Hoosier on the back, but the road is not the cleanest today. It has some dust on it, so I think it's gonna spin its ass off pretty good, but I gotta take you guys for a ride because this thing is an absolute monster. Definitely leave the traction control on. Not a chance, not with the tires that cold. I almost stood back in it and stayed in it, but it's not worth it. And that's with traction control on. Jesus Christ. Billy, you got your hands full, bud. And guys, I wanted to talk about the fuel system and stuff, but that's why we put suspension on these cars, and it makes the cars track so much better. If this thing had factory suspension on it, this thing would have been way more of a handle than what you just saw right there, and I've let out of it just like that. Stock suspension flexes really bad on the ZL1s, and it makes them want to walk really bad side to side. But I wanted to talk about this car because this package, even though it does make 1,100 plus horsepower, you can still put pump gas in it, drive it around whenever you want, and when you want to race it, put E85 in it. And I talked about having 2 sets of injectors. Well, it still runs on direct injection while you're normal just driving and cruising. Once you get into boost, that's when the port, we have a separate controller that turns on the second set of injectors for the port injectors to give us all the fuel we need to support straight E85, making 1,100 horsepower. So you get the best of both worlds. This car can be daily driven if you want to, on pump gas, have fun with it. Like I said, it's so efficient. It's only making 14 pounds of boost. And makes over 930 to the wheels, which is absolutely insane. So I am kind of sketched. If it spins that bad again on that road, I'm gonna probably do it on this one. I don't think this one's as dusty, but I'm not gonna do second gear again. We're gonna do third. It's really dusty here. Sideways. with traction control on. Yeah. Sorry guys, this road's usually pretty damn nice, but I can tell someone was off-roading next to it and they put a whole bunch of dirt on the road. I went and walked, I always walk roads before I test vehicles, and I kicked as much off as I could. I knew it was gonna be a little bit dusty. Again, I knew I was gonna have my hands full. I thought I was gonna be able to make a full pull for you guys. I'm sorry about that. I might try to do one more on this one if it's not as bad. God, this thing hauls ass. Now again, he does use this thing for street driving, but he also takes it to a drag strip. So on a drag strip, obviously with these tires on it, he can put it in, like y'all see I had it in manual mode where auto upshifts. He can put this thing in manual mode, let it take off in second gear, and this thing will hook, dead hook and go on a drag strip, especially on a prep surface. So again, let's act like you're normal cruising. We're in drive right here. Someone pulls up next to you and wants to play. Let's get over here. You can put it in manual mode. I'm in 7th gear now. Drop it down to 3rd. Better road. It is way too dirty out here. Man, I need to bring my leaf blower. This thing is absolutely insane. And man, right before we got here, I made a good 3rd, 4th, and went into 5th gear. It was a good little pull, but it was on a different road. Yeah, you can see it. There's mud everywhere from them off-roading over there and off-roading over there. This whole place is just full of dust. As you guys can see, man, I just walked both lanes. I call them both lanes. And man, there is mud and dirt everywhere down both sides. People have been off-roading, and there's just days when you just gotta pick your limits, and today's that day, guys. 1100 horsepower car, it's a customer vehicle. Yes, we're on good tires, but this just shows you high horsepower cars, not every day can you just go out and have fun with it. Again, you got to pick your limits and pick your battles. And normally I'm the crazy guy to do dumb shit. I'm gonna call it today and stop, keep Mr. Phillips' car in one piece because it runs so well. Again, that's our 1,000 horsepower package we call it, with a ported blower on it. It's making like 1,100, but killer setup. Again, on a good road, this thing, 6130, hauls ass. And I think we even have, hopefully, a footage of that with Ryan driving it on a better road that Jason can share with y'all now. Until next time, guys. Much better on a road that's not full of mud or dust. Holy shit, this car hauls ass. It is absolutely insane. And guys, it's like 85 or 90 degrees outside right now. I drove this thing to lunch, so it's hot as shit. But I at least wanted to make one pull myself, showing it shift through the gears. And like I said, I think Jason has another one of Ryan making a test pull in it earlier in the week as well. So we will stop there. Mr. Phillips, you have a handful. You have your hands full for sure. Make sure you have good wheels and tires on this baby when you go out and play, or at the drag strip you'll be absolutely fine. But be ready to hold on, my friend, because it is fun as shit. Man, this thing's fucking fast. For a little 1.7 liter blower, this thing freaking rolls. Holy shit, that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna save that log. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you liked it so far. And please turn on bell notifications for future content, as we have cool stuff in the pipeline that you're going to want to see. And as always, please comment below.